to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown! George Kittle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Newton. Flush to his right. Incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Fields this way up at the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes...
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run, this time McCaffrey. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and he wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now we give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Kyle Juszczyk. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Raiders have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From the red zone now, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Kyle Pitts there to make the grab. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. First man through, it's the fullback Juszczyk. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Once again, it's Jacobs. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.